it's kind of been chaotic. I don't really like to talk much anymore just because you can't really keep up with the cycle of news and, the doom and the gloom and all of that good stuff. But, like, I want to say that it is a powerful tool, to keep the common individual down. Like, it's been crazy. It got worse, somehow. And it's just all like, we're kind of going back in circles. It's just all like, well, here we go. Here's the Rubicon being crossed. And it's just all like, I thought that we've already crossed the point of no return. I've probably talked about that. But anyway, beside all of that, what I really wanted to discuss, and I think that this, is a very like important thing to take into consideration to give people more credit where it's due. Okay, it is a bit of a taboo, to take a reactionary kind of like vision towards politics. But like, I know you guys have way more patience than me, and if something, you're immediately skeptical. And like me personally, I'm the kind of person to react, pretty quickly. I mean, like, I think I want to say that that's what Americans have been trained to do. And growing up in a conservative household, being trained a certain way, and like being schizoaffective and like struggling, with delusions, psychosis, it's just all like how I was brought up and how that affected my paranoia and my quick reaction time and my trauma. You know what I mean? I feel like that is a very common thing for many Americans right now. And it's been a very common thing for Americans for a long time. When I was a kid, I was really into conspiracy theories, like the kind of conspiracy theories that like littered the internet 2009. You remember chemtrails and all of that good stuff, and every new reactionary news story that was used to peddle a product or snake oil to counteract this conspiracy theory. Now, I really want to say that like we should give people a little more credit because, how many people are like living in total delusion right now on the other side of the aisle, and like, how does that reflect on the other side? Okay, some people, they take things a little slower, and it's not always great when they take it slower. Some people are a little too centrist, and we don't like those people either. If you go too slow, we don't like you. If you go too fast, we don't like you. It's just all like, I get it. Makes perfect sense. But this is a topic that I think that people need to talk about more because, it's just all like, there is going to be reactionary people. There are going to be schizophrenic, kind of like minded individuals who carry a certain momentum when it comes to politics. And I think that those people should be given, the lenience, just because like sometimes the fear mongering shit, it's a little, it really depends on where it's coming from, because I can see where that is completely wrong, and like these people do need to learn, and I need to learn. I really do. I'm not trying to fear monger. At the end of the day, I think that it's best not to be pessimistic. I've been watching YouTubers and they've been saying like, hey, why is everyone being so pessimistic? It's not over until you stop breathing. It's not over, and it will never be over, because at the end of the day, they're really holding this all together with hopes and dreams, guys. It's like duct tape. And that's how this whole thing came about. It's just like whatever. And then you see news stories that get really popular, and it's kind of like more disinformation. Twitter's really bad about this, guys. I genuinely think that like fear mongering It's just a part of the Fed's plan for the people who are watching this, and I've been defending you. Don't fearmonger. It is a plan of the administration to keep people dumb, docile, and pessimistic. The reason you're depressed and the reason that you hate all of this that's going on is because it's all part of the plan. Every single day, it's something new with these people, guys. The only way to really stop that is just keep your own momentum, keep your own energy. Go work within your community and go make, a statement for yourself. Genuinely. And also, I haven't fixed my voice yet. I'm sorry, guys. That was one of the first constructive criticisms I got was the vocal burn. It's something I got to work on. I'm really sorry. The vocal fry. But anyway, let's see if I can do it like this. Yeah, talking hurts. Anyway, there's a lot to take into consideration. And I think that people should use that as something important to go towards. For the reactionary individuals who are left-leaning, what you're doing isn't necessarily helping. For the doomers, the naysayers, don't say anything until it happens. I know that's hard to say, but I genuinely think that half of these people who say the worst possible scenario, the worst case scenario, are bots, or they're feds. And, it's just all I remember 2 or 3 years ago when there was this massive cycle of just negative news. 2 or 3 years ago, the internet was a terrible place. It's about the time that Elon really took over Twitter, and the news was just pounding, and there was so much disinformation. And I feel like it did come out of a place that was foreign. I mean, I know this is such a weird thing to agree with the liberals on now, but it's just all all this Russian shit, dude. It's just all you remember 3 years ago when World War III was trending every single week? There was massive fear campaigns. 4chan just got hacked, guys. More than half of the users who've made posts were Israeli bots. There is a genuine campaign to undermine, and it's fear. Fear, is the real mind killer. There you go. You remember that saying? There you go, guys. But give people more credit because it's easy to get trapped into that cycle, but it's good that they're trapped in a cycle that's at least left-leaning rather than, the other way. I'm trying to distance myself from the excessive information and trying to capture information that's important to me, but it's just all covering the doom all the time. That's exactly the plan. Just they're so stupid that it's just killing them. I know it's it's not fun for anybody involved. It's not fun for them, it's not fun for us. Just remember that. It's just all I don't think there'll be a point where they can enact what they want to enact. It's a bit of a rail, a little bit of a switch, but I think that I was watching somebody and he was all at a certain point, it's just all there will be no coming back for them either. They won't be able to fix shit. Nobody will be able to fix shit. And it's just all it's the people, guys. You are the important part. Hyper fixating on this culture that doesn't involve us on this higher level. It's just all I don't know. It's really crazy. And locally, we got a data fucking center coming to our little piece of the country. Ain't that evil? I think there's things to focus on. It's just all be productive, be energetic, go love your people, and go talk to your people. It is enough time that we've given them our energy, our pessimism, our doomerism. It's just all we should have hope, guys. It's not over until we're dead. It's not over. It's just all like, and this is coming on to the heaviest of news. It's just all like, to be real with you guys, would they be like threatening us with like this intense paranoia and fear mongering news like it's the end of the fucking world if things were going swimmingly for them? It's just all like, things are piling up. And yeah, if you know, like, all the shit that I'm like sprinkling in here came from like one video. But like, I did want to talk about the reactionary thing, because like that was another thing that really got me onto that train of thought of being like so pessimistic. I'm only feeding the opposition. I'm only feeding the feds. I think that being optimistic and hopeful and like making a change and getting momentum, it's just like, that gets people killed, guys. That gets people killed. You know, I don't see how that's not like eye-opening to you. They don't kill you for sitting around crying all day about how everything's so awful, and you know, it's just all like, love your people, guys. Love your people. And like, I just want to say, like, if any like person's watching this in like opposition and like they're really thinking hard on like what I'm saying here, and like, you know, I'm sure that some of this will ring true with like, you know, what you got going on in your life, you know, whether you believe me or not. It's just all like, there are people out here that breathe the same air as you and me, who bleed the same blood. You know, it's just all like, it's not hard to just kind of not give into, you know, whatever. It's just all like, I'd like to think that there are normal people out there who you might not agree with, or you might be controlled opposition towards. You know, let's say you're a federal. These people, they build your communities. They're good people with good hearts, and they want the best for everyone around them. But, you know, sometimes it's just hard to, you know, hold that and like actually actively participate. And it's just like, you guys got to give them a chance. Like, I'm telling you, these people out here, they want to be productive, and they want to love, and they want to care. And it's just like, these people, they're so complex. You know, I don't think that we should be like letting this shit happen. You know, it's just all like, for the ICE agents out there, it's just all like, is this really what you want? I know, it's just all like, all empires kind of breed this mentality of like this hyper focused individual. It's just all like, this kind of individual out here who's just like, this is what, you know, has to be done for the sake of my pure blood and soil. It's just all like, guys, I'm going to tell you now, you'll just be the next target. Like, if you want to put it in an individual framework, there is no winning. You will never win. I mean, let's say that all of this stuff just happens swimmingly, you know, beautifully, and everything happens the way it has to happen. Everything happens the way it was drawn out, sketched out. You will not, you know, win that. Like, sorry, I'm just rambling, but you'll never win. There is no winning. You want to win, but you can't infinitely win. Eventually, you'll be cut off. You will be excess. You know, it's just all like, I don't know. I don't see the point of fascism. I really don't, because it's just all like, no one ever wins. It's just all like, all these rich people out here, they're not winning, you know, all of these, whatever. And it's just all like, I'm worried too, because it's just all like, sometimes we're just spending more money than we're making. And it's just all like, a little concerning. I can't find a fucking job. and it's just like I need a job, but I don't know, it's rough, and I can't do the things I love to do. It's just all like, and I have no real faith in like some shit that's going on, like the economy, dude. It's crazy, and I just don't want to complain and go on another ramble. I just spent 5 minutes just trying to like shoot the rest off my head, but it's just like it's not coming to me anymore. I'll see you guys.